Hey friends, today I am going to talk about the 4-stroke petrol engines. If you would like to learn about the constructional details of the IC engine, then you can click on the link provided into the description. Now 4-stroke petrol engine, it is a type of petrol engine in which the complete power generation cycle occurs in 4 strokes. First we need to understand what does the stroke mean. In the simplest figure of the IC engine, you can mark the 2 position which is shown here. First it is TDC and second it is BDC. Now TDC, that means it is the top dead center of the engine. That means it is the uppermost position of the piston till which piston can travel. Likewise, you can define the BDC, bottom dead center. That means it is the bottommost position of the piston till which piston can travel towards the lower side. With the help of this TDC and BDC, you can define the stroke. So stroke, that means linear displacement of the piston between the top dead center and the bottom dead center. I am again repeating. Stroke you can define as the linear displacement of the piston between top dead center and the bottom dead center. I would like to emphasize on the word displacement. As the stroke, that means it is the linear displacement of the piston. That means unit of the stroke, it would be meter, centimeter or mm. And the stroke is always indicated by capital L. In this video, I am going to discuss about the complete power generation cycle of a petrol engine, which are divided into the 4 strokes. First you can say intake stroke, second compression stroke, third power stroke, fourth exhaust stroke. Now let's see each one step by step. In between, I would like to remind you, don't forget to subscribe this channel so you will get all the steps in very easy manner. So intake stroke, as shown in figure, the piston starts moving towards the downward direction. During this process, our intake valve, it will remain open. Due to downward movement of the piston and simultaneously our crankshaft, it rotates half turn. A vacuum is created inside the cylinder, and due to the pressure difference generated between this system and the environment, atmosphere, the atmospheric pressure pushes the air fuel mixture into the cylinder. Compression stroke, as shown in figure, during the compression stroke, pistons start traveling from bottom dead center to towards the top dead center. During this movement of the piston, both valves, inlet valve and exhaust valve, remains closed. Piston moves up. That means again piston is going to cover the distance between bottom dead center and the top dead center. That means stroke. So piston moves up, and during this movement our crankshaft, it will complete another half turn, and air fuel mixture, which is known as a charge, is compressed. During this process, our system, it becomes a closed system, and fuel starts to vaporize and heat begins to build. Due to the compression process, fuel start vaporize and heat begins to build. Power stroke. The next process is power stroke. Power stroke, it is the most important process amongst all 4 strokes, because during this process our engine produces the output power. At the end of the previous stroke, that means compression stroke, a spark plug which is mounted at the top of the cylinder, it produces the spark, and the charge inside the cylinder gets fired, which is known as a combustion process. Due to the combustion process, the hot flue gases are generated, which has an extremely high pressure, and due to that high pressure they pushes the piston in the downward direction. So our piston moves down, and again our crankshaft completes another half turn. During this process, heat is converted to mechanical energy. Now the last one, exhaust stroke. Once we get the output power, the flue gases which has no energy or the less energy, we need to push out them from the cylinder for the next cycle. So piston starts moving from bottom dead center to top dead center. During this upward movement, our crankshaft rotates another half turn, and during this whole process our exhaust valves remains open. So the exhaust gases are pushed out, which are the cause for the pollution of the atmosphere. So during each stroke, intake stroke, compression stroke, power stroke and exhaust stroke, our piston is traveling the complete distance between top dead center and bottom dead center each time. That means to complete the whole power generation cycle, our piston has to travel 4 times in this cycle, and this is the reason why such kind of an engine is known as a 4-stroke engine. Now the another important thing we should keep in mind, that during the whole power generation cycle, piston is traveling 4 times, but simultaneously our crankshaft completes 2 whole revolution. I am again repeating, during the whole power generation cycle in a 4-stroke engine, piston is traveling 4 times in between the TDC and BDC. Simultaneously our crankshaft completes 2 whole revolution in the crankcase. You can observe the whole power generation cycle, that means all 4 processes in this animated picture: suction, compression, power and exhaust. Suction, compression, power and exhaust. Thank you so much guys. Thank you for watching my video with your complete attention. If you like this video, I'm requesting to subscribe my channel, and don't forget to click on the bell button, so whenever I will upload something, you will get notified. Thank you so much.